Yo, what is up, YouTube? My name is Matthew Rockefeller, and in this video, we're going to talk about 3 free ways, yes sir, free ways to instantly make yourself more attractive in the eyes of women, okay? It's a beautiful, cloudy day in the DF dub. We don't get a whole lot of cloudy weather, so I thought it'd be great just to go outside when it's cooler and stuff like that. But I don't want to waste your time. Let's hop right into the video. So what do I mean by free, Matthew? I'll tell you, bro. So this doesn't require you having any trial and error. This doesn't require you having to go out and spend money on your looks or spend money on your clothes. This doesn't require you having to go into the gym and build discipline with your physique. No, sir. 3 simple add-ons that you can use. Apply it to your sauce, apply it to your swag, man. That'll make yourself more attractive to your girl or to women, okay? So the first thing I want to talk to y'all about, the #1 way to make yourself more attractive is to just take charge and set the play. Now, it's common sense, but it's not common practice. A lot of guys forget to make it a habit of like taking charge or like having a plan set. Now, what I mean by that is what you'll want to do to implement this in your life more is if you use words like, hey, can we, what do you want to do, it's up to you. Eliminate words like that and replace them with words like, hey, I have a plan, let's go do something, or hey, let's go get ice cream and then walk around the mall, or hey, I'm gonna go get some pizza, you wanna come with me? Like words like that. You don't have to be like Mr. Big Jet Alpha Male 24/7 that's like, hey, no, we're gonna do this and nothing else and XYZ. You don't have to be that type of dude. But what I'm saying is change your words, change what you're saying to, hey, I have a plan, let's come with me. And women will appreciate that from you, bro, 100%, because women by nature are very indecisive a lot of the time. And on top of that, they have to take into account like, oh, well, I don't know how she'll feel if we'll do this, or I don't know how she'll feel if I say this. So they'll appreciate your decisiveness and they'll appreciate like your game planning and you taking charge and stuff like that. Yeah, so #1, it's take charge, set the play. All right, boys, so the #2 reason, the biggest way to make yourself more attractive is, fellas, stop texting her, okay? Now, texting is probably the biggest way dudes will F up like their chances in their dating life or in their romantic life. So they'll either do one of 2 things, okay? They'll either become a texting buddy, or they'll just do some simp ass shit, and I'll explain both of them in depth, okay? So the first one is you'll become a texting buddy, right? So like, let's say, like we've all been there, man. Like let's say you meet a really cute girl off the street or at a bar, or you meet a really cute girl off of Tinder and y'all clicked and you feel some sort of connection. So then you'll start developing feelings like, dang, like I really liked her, like we happen to click. And what'll happen is you'll put your feelings first, which is a mistake, we've all been there, but you'll put your feelings first and it'll show up in how you're texting her, man. Like for instance, you won't let conversations die after they're long supposed to have been dead. You'll emoji her to death. You'll feel the need to always initiate conversation, and you'll just, double to triple text her and stuff like that. So what you do when you do all these things is in your head, you think like, oh, like it's good because I'm showing her effort, I'm showing her attention and stuff like that. But in her head, she's interpreting it as like, oh, I can get him. Am I the only girl that is texting him? Like, oh, I can get him, he's no problem. I can get him right to my finger. She'll lose interest in you because she knows where she stands in your life, okay? So you'll lose all the attraction you had built up in person, and she'll look at you more as like a texting buddy. Now she'll text you when she's bored, or she'll text you, when the guy that she really likes is kind of like curving her and stuff like that. But you don't want to be in that situation, okay? So what you can do is 2 things. Is you can let conversations die naturally. Let them die. If it gets to the point where you're like bored of responding, bro, don't respond. When you don't respond, it looks good. You'll actually be the guy that's like, oh, I got shit going on, I'm busy, I got goals going on, or I'm at work, or I'm taking care of business. So all 4 of these things are attractive to women because they show that like, hey, you're not the priority in my life, honey. I have other stuff to take care of and attend to that need my attention, okay? And what was I saying? Oh yeah, dude, leave her. #2, leave her. Set a mind game with her sometimes, man. What I mean by that, Matthew, I don't mean fuck with her head, but what I mean by that is like, dude, don't leave her undelivered sometimes. I'm busy. Don't respond to her call sometimes. Don't respond to a call sometimes. I'm not saying do it every time, but just a little bit enough to make her question where she stands in your head. Does he like me? He's not returning my calls. He left me on delivered. Like, does he like me? You'll be the only dude doing that in her phone while every other dude is doing some simp stuff, which I'll talk to you about it now. #2, it's you'll be a simp. Now, if you're the type of dude, I was too, man, like middle school, this is all like I get instant PTSD flashbacks. But what I used to do was that if I really liked a girl, I would text her, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, let me call you, good morning, beautiful, you're quick, like, dude, all that simp stuff, man. And like women will tell you, bro, that like, hey, like what I'm saying is complete nonsense to you boys, but don't listen to them, man, because they'll tell you that, oh, I want a guy who's, you know, all about me and gives me attention and shows me effort 24/7. But when you actually do it, when you actually show the girl attention, she'll lose interest in you because it's not what she thought it was all cracked up to be. She'll be like, oh, this is kind of irritating, bro. Like, I'm getting sick of seeing your name pop up on my phone. So, number 2, don't text her as much. Use texting as a way to build rapport with her and ask her out on a date. That's it. That's all you should use texting for, okay? If you utilize these topics and tools, you let conversations die naturally, you don't respond to her calls or to her texts every now and then, man, you'll be the only dude doing that on her phone, and it'll create some sort of mystique or some sort of aloofness to your character, and she'll be intrigued by it, and she'll appreciate that, like, hey, he's not blowing up my phone 24/7, he can live without me, so they'll like that attitude, and you'll be more attractive in their eyes, okay? All right, boys, last but not least, the third and final way to make yourself more attractive to any woman in the world, man, is number 3, boys. Stop being so agreeable. Now, what I don't mean is you being disagreeable just for the sake of it. No, that's not what I mean at all. But all I mean, boys, is women like men who can assert themselves, okay? So what that means is that for you to assert yourself, you just have to have 2 things. You just have to have the ability to say no to somebody or something. And if you have principles, morals, certain guidelines that you carry yourself as a man, and if something is in violation of that, you say what needs to be said, period, regardless of if it'll disrupt the flow, if it'll disrupt the peace, or if it'll initiate an argument. You say it regardless. When you have this mindset, what it shows to women is that, damn, he's a man. He's got self-confidence, self-belief. He believes in himself. He's got principles. And regardless of if it's the unpopular opinion or if it'll disrupt the flow or if it'll start a conversation or argument, you'll still say it because it needs to be said, okay? So imagine it like this. Like, even if you're like a chill, relaxed dude, like you can still use this and utilize this, right? Because for me personally, like, I couldn't be friends with, let's say if I'm having a great conversation and one of my friends says some rapey ass shit or he admits that like he did some like rapey ass stuff. I'm not gonna be your friend if you do some rapey ass shit, and yeah, you're damn right, I will call your ass out. Like, why the fuck would I wanna be friends with a rapist? Okay, if we have to burn bridges, then so be it. I would rather burn bridges with a rapist than actually have friends with a rapist, right? It's the principle, it's the mindset. If your girl says some dumb stuff, call her out on it, bro. You have to be, if your girl says some dumb stuff, and instead of like arguing and confronting her about it, you just kind of let her be because it'll keep the flow, stop. Let her know when she's made a mistake, okay? Because your woman's not looking for a yes man. A girl isn't looking for a man butler, a manservant. She's looking for a man who will keep her tied, who will control her emotions and create a fun and exciting life, okay? And part of that is you having the ability to assert yourself, okay? So number 3, the ability to assert yourself. All right, man, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for, watching. Comment, subscribe, like if you guys like the content and stuff like that. These 3 things, boys, mastering them, just changing a little tweak up here, a little mindset tweak will make yourself more attractive. But I hope this helps. I'm out. Deuces.